Right, well, hello everyone, welcome to 1001 Up's coverage of EGX London in 2014. We're here today with John and Carl from Flix Interactive, who are going to talk to us about their game Eden Star, which, as you know, we've been covering for quite a while now. So I thought what we do first of all, guys, we just want to give us a quick update of what Flix are and what we're doing, and then move on to the game.
So Flix, small studio based in the Midlands. We're about a team of 10 plus. A really amazing, dedicated bunch. We're very, very privileged to have really talented developers who work with us, and also have a massive passion for the IP that we kind of create at Eden Star. I myself am a founder and also a co-founder, should I say, and also lead basically on the development of what we do.
And I'm the producer, so I am the man responsible for none of the game.
But if it all goes wrong, it's his fault.
So take all the fluff. Carl very kindly earlier today gave us a world exclusive first look at their latest build of Eden Star, and I'll be honest, in fact, it really blew me away, some of the stuff that they're doing there and the ideas that they're going with. So why don't you just kind of tell us about where you are in the cycle and how you see the game coming together?
So last time we talked to you guys, I think the big change that's happened at that time is obviously the previous build was UE3. That was the build, and I think from the response we got from that, people loved the ideas, loved the mechanics that were in there, and really the decision to move across to UE4 was based on we were pushing an engine to its limits.
And
what UE4 has allowed us to do is make the game that we want to make. And I think the thing that's interesting is I think a lot of people see UE4 as a graphical upgrade, which it is. But to us, it's the freedom that allows us in the creative process that has really helped.
And that freedom's kind of moved it into an open world scenario that you showed earlier.
So I was going to say that it's the open world environment that we wanted to really go for, because obviously the tech demo that we put out was in a very small area. It was all to do with the technical limitations that we had at the time. And with the next gen, with indie devs, trying to push the boundaries, for getting something that's a little bit like trying to avoid using the word innovative. That's up to the people who play it to decide whether it is or not. But to try and do something a little bit different, and change the mechanics a little bit, try and do something that's going to be quite exciting. And the thing is, though, is that with us, we wanted to be able to build this open world. So what you're seeing now in the new or the still early alpha is that you've got an open world environment. You've got a lot of destruction in there. You've got the full construction system now. We use a lot of different primitives rather than just being blocks. You're able to build defences. You've got multiple different AI as well that are attacking you. So in the first release that we're putting out, there were 2 AI. One of them is called the Splinter Mite, which is a small wolf-style creature.
We saw a little bit of this in the demo that Carl gave us earlier. Yeah, so it's a pretty relentless little thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, has really great explosive kind of crazy projectiles they fire out and all sorts. But then also we've got the Icas, which are the ones that you saw in the demo, but they're in the tech demo. But these ones are the alien versions. They're a lot more brutal and they've been way improved from what we had in the previous demo as well. So
I think one thing that's worth mentioning is we have designs in place, prototypes in place for a lot more of these, kind of a lot more variety. Similar in a way, I think we're big fans of Halo, we're big fans of Half-Life, those kind of games, and the variety in those games of the enemies is something that we aspire to kind of hit. But the big thing is we want to get them right. We want to get those enemies right. So at the minute we're concentrating on ground-based,
all flying, simple.
And making those the best we can.
And it's a theme actually that kind of runs through the whole game, because you were saying as well, whether you're building the game or the things in the game, it's getting those foundations, get them right, and then see it expand.
Yeah.
And like I say, that's actually translating into the product you make.
That's a brilliant way of putting it. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I think that literally the way you start off, it's a survival creation game, in the sense that you'll see, although we've tried to do something a bit different, trying to get it in a sci-fi setting, we kind of have excuses for why things just appear rather than you kind of physically handcraft them because you've got the tool that you use. But the other thing we should also mention that's in there now, and it's actually going to be in the first version that we put out, is that you're going to have an upgrade system. You will literally be able to craft your guns. I don't know if you saw any of the weapons we did.
Yeah, we did. We saw a handgun and there was a machine.
Yeah, we keep it simple. Keep it simple. Like an assault rifle, yeah. That's it, yeah. But also we've got things like the tool upgrades, which is the Gauze gun, which is basically a high-powered local assault rifle, if you know what I mean. So we've got a lot of different things like that as well.
How does the upgrade system work? Is it based on, because we didn't really see much of it.
Yes.
Is it based on experience?
Not at all. No.
Foraging?
Yeah, it is. So everything is buildable. The whole idea is...
Mushrooms alone. It's foraging.
That's it. No, we've got...
variety.
That's it, yeah. No, we've got basically the idea of going about it in a way that we didn't want to have any levels in there.
Yeah.
You're not tied to any levels to be able to acquire or build something. But the point being is that the way that the world's generated and built is that it will be that the more challenging or the better items will be hard to craft. So it's really simple. You have to actually build the original stuff, if you know what I mean, to get to certain places, to be able to then find it, to be able to build better stuff. So,
and I think really, as part of that, one of the things has always been something that we've, from the very kind of early days of the concept of Start, we've always had this thing of we want people to play Start the way they want to play it. We want to force people to play it in a particular way. If you want to create, you can create. If you want to run around killing everything, then that's fine.
I think we discussed it earlier, one of the challenges with open world games is actually giving the flexibility of the player to do what they want to do, but at the same time making sure that they have something to do.
Yeah.
How are you guys kind of finding that balance at the moment?
The weirdest thing is, we did something the other week for the first time. We don't know if it's going to go in there or not yet, right? But basically, when you first build, you look at your menu system and you think, well, you open up the menu system. Now, our crafting system is, we think it's quite streamlined and quite simple. We hope people feel either the same or give us the feedback to tell us it isn't. But we wanted to make something that's literally a few clicks and you can build quite comfortably, rather than having to work out even the crafting system itself. And so what we've got is that if you're trying to build something, it would be really cool, we thought, if you just, when you put the reticle over an item or object in the world that can be destroyed, it comes up and tells you what the content of that object is. And I mean, we did it for debugging, and it works really well. And we were like, well, should we make this an upgrade, or should it be something that actually is a staple part of the game? And weirdly, that gives you an objective straight away. If you're looking at that rock, it's got like... whatever the crazy names of some of the materials.
I need X to build Y, that's got a lot of X. I'm going to have it.
Exactly, yeah, but it inadvertently gives the player objectives, so if they want to be able to build some gun turrets or whatever around their base, you get this kind of objective. Now, we're definitely looking at putting further objectives in the story, but at the moment we've got to make sure it drives, like you said, and that it's a trial that we've got to overcome, and I think we'll do that interestingly with hopefully any kind of community we build from it. We'll try and build up a game that basically allows you to kind of be open and explore and survive, but also be able to think that there's some sort of drive for it. But that's up to guys like yourself who play it, other people that play it to hopefully be able to help us.
I'm going to play it. And actually, fortunately, we've seen the demo. When can people start to, the wider kind of people watching this video, for example, when do you think they're going to be able to start getting their hands on what we've seen and what we're really excited about?
We're hoping that we're going to get the game out by the end of the year, first iteration on early access. Thankfully, thank you to everyone who voted us through the Steam Early Access green light last year. We want to try and get out as soon as possible, but the thing that we've got from the early backers, the people, and we've not got a huge amount of early backers, but it's still sizable. People have been incredible and they've been amazingly supportive, and actually when we've been we've conversed with them as much as we can, actually being quite personal, so look, we're letting you know that it's not quite out yet, or things aren't ready. The response has been when we want it to be ready, we want it to actually be a little bit more polished.
And I think the amazing thing is that they are so patient, is the right word, because they understand that we are a small team and this is a passion project, but also we want to get this right. We don't, if you look at early access, especially in the last few weeks, we've got, I won't mention names, but there have been things withdrawn from early access because they haven't been good enough, they haven't been up to that standard. Now, we don't just want to hit a minimum level as a studio, and the big things is that we have have kind of this level of polish that, you know, I think you can see in the UE3 demo. We always, you know, strive for things to look and play amazingly. So our early access, we want to play.
And following on from early access and all that, are there any other platforms you're aiming to get it out to?
I mean, being responsible is our main thing. Is that at the end of the day, if we've got a PC base, we want to kind of like say, well, actually, we want to make sure they're happy first. But we are, I can say, we're registered Xbox One and PS4 Dev Studio. It's great, and they're incredibly supportive. But for us, it's a matter of let's get it right on one platform first. Let's make sure that people are happy and actually be honourable, because that's what I want.
Yeah. That's
so
fine.
yeah.
And again, you know, it comes back to the solid foundation, PC, build from there.
Build from it, yeah. And we're in the days of being able to do it, so yeah.
I think it's fantastic. So right, well, before we start wrapping up, one more question for each of you. What are you most proud of in the game so far?
Wow. What are you most proud of, Mark?
No pressure.
There's an exceptional Oscar-winning performance from a bit of voice talent in the demo.
I wonder who that is.
You know, BAFTA are just outside.
Yeah.
We'll be getting talking to them later. Yeah.
In all seriousness, you know, the thing that I am most proud of is, to me, and this is something that people will see when they see the UE4, is when the sun sets on Paris and you see this blue dome in the distance that is your home. I actually genuinely think, and this came up in a review 2 weeks ago, and I said, we have an iconic game, and I genuinely believe that was a moment that I went, we're part of something that could be very special, and that to me was a highlight of the development.
Fantastic.
For me, I just love the guns. I don't know, I'm like...
If in doubt.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so one of the guys who's worked on it all the guys who worked on it worked extremely hard, and that's why I'm most proud of it. Without sounding too cliche, but the fact is the thing that I'm really proud of is probably some of the destruction that we've got in there. It doesn't look perfect yet, but when you look at the logic, like you keep on saying, like the foundations, it actually can quite easily look good. And we only need to tweak a few things. It's going to be exactly how we want it. And so it's this kind of physics-based destruction. There's one of the guys, Marcin Dukowski, who's working on the foliage destruction. Amazing. He's done an incredible job of that, and he's efficient, and it's prepared greatly for multiplayer, which is what we'd like to do with it. We still need to test it, still need to see if it's right first, but it works in an open world environment, and that's with the foliage. And the partnership as well with guys like Tearle, some of the other developers have been working on with the engineer team to actually get the Apex destruction in there, with a kind of rock destruction, hard surface kind of destruction. I think that's what I'm really proud of. But then on the other side to it as well, I don't want to leave anyone else out. Do you know what I mean?
So, no, that's great.
One of the things that has been really humbling for us as a studio is when we've demoed the game to people, when they say, "How good's your team?" and we tell them, they don't believe us. I think that's something to be hugely proud of. That's a huge credit to everyone we work with. Is, you know, that they make the team look a lot bigger than this.
And the passion for that project too. Yes, and everything you do. Whenever we spoke to you, it's been fantastic. Well, look, guys, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate talking to the team again. Again, guys, Eden Star, early access later this year. Trust me, I've seen it. It's fantastic. Hopefully, by the time it reaches, I'll upload it as well. So it's going to be brilliant. And also check out the rest of our coverage at 1001up.com. Click on the like buttons, follow the links. That'd be great. Cheers. Bye.